Well, hello everybody. Breaking truth, reality, a sad state of affairs for Canada, especially the provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan. Before I continue this video, I ran the legal path to a province becoming independent of Canada, the UN state. I gave the legal path to Alberta independence. I can assure all Canadians, regardless of province, whether that be Quebec to Alberta to Saskatchewan or any other Atlantic Canadians over their history, folks, whether you're statehood or a Western Republic, the legal path to independence is very, very clear in how you do that internationally. If you don't believe me, there are many, many states who did this. The last one being 2005. Sudan and South Sudan. A split. A United Nations Security Council sponsored referendum on independence, which went resoundingly at more than 95 percentile for independence. And they legally got it worldwide, regardless of where Sudanese people were throughout the world. Did you know that Edmonton has a massive, right here in Alberta, a massive Sudanese community? When I ran independence, we went and met with those folks. We went through all of it. So those loyal party insiders, those MLA candidates who wished to find out more, got to see it, got to learn the truth, the legal path to independence. Now, I am trying now to fix Canada because I don't see legal independence coming for any province or territory ever in Canada as long as the Crown remains. That's a fact. That's a fact. You won't see true independence ever in that narrative, especially with no constitutional process and zero, and I repeat, zero narrative in international law. The Alberta Sovereignty Act, currently the Saskatchewan First Act on the table. Alberta's has been ascended. Now, Albertans, especially those who went on that journey to the legal path to Alberta independence in 2019. Folks, the Alberta Sovereignty Act does not give you any sovereignty. Definitely doesn't give you any independence. What it does is say, I bend the knee to King Charles III, King of Kings. I respect Justin Trudeau, Pierre Poilievre, Jagmeet Singh, Yves Blanchette, Elizabeth May, and the list goes on and on. All elected federal government officials saying that we will let you keep your federal crown, allow us to have ours. We will create a privy council for the province of Alberta, just like the federal government. We're going to say fuck the First Nations peoples, all Métis, all Inuit. As well as that, we're going to embrace the idea of the subjects of Alberta. We're going to remove any sense of real democracy, very little democracy they had, at least in the legislature. So now, just like Justin Trudeau and Stephen Harper before him, whenever a premier of Alberta, no matter who it is going forward, no matter who it is or whatever party, whenever they wish to pass acts related to your property rights, your civil rights, aka your enshrined human rights, your water rights, your health care, your education, we can go on and on. A tremendous amount. There is a bucket load, way more than the federal government. But now, whether it's Danielle Smith or any other elected premier, they will choose a cabinet. They will pass these laws exactly the same way as Justin Trudeau and Stephen Harper did, like AKA Chinese police stations in Canada. They were done through an order in council. No Canadian wanted it. By a vast majority, left or right. Didn't matter if you were Liberal, didn't matter if you were NDP, didn't matter if you were Conservative. You didn't want that. Massive moral majority of Canadians said, don't want it. And they did it in order in council, meaning we don't give two fucks about you, subjects, and we definitely don't care about you, savages. We're going to do this. We're going to fill our back pockets and fuck all of you. That's what they do. That's always been the federal government since 1952. That used to be a check and balance of the UK's royal family against an autocratic Canadian government. Not anymore. It's all their power. And they've been doing it all the way through. And you can watch, it's the rape of all Canadians and First Peoples continued on post-1952. You can see the end of the Jade Treaty for all American Indians who would come across and would stake their claim in Canada or support the First Peoples of Canada, i.e. same peoples, or even Russian, Siberian First Peoples, same peoples, doesn't matter. They can't. Canada said, no, they're savages, fuck Russia, and fuck the United States of America, fuck you. That's what they did. And UK supported it with the veto. The day came when UK said, it's going to cost you, Government of Canada and your provinces and territories. You want to keep that crown, you will sign this agenda 2012, giving us all the power of international law. We're going to rape your people, your subjects, our subjects. Your government said yes. Now the provinces, at least Alberta and Saskatchewan, are going to do it too. There's no independence here. Notley and her crazy shit saying independence. This is pure autocracy. And you watch. Notley will not appeal this act. Now, the Treaty Indians, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. This is Alberta and Saskatchewan, 100%. They're saying, whoa. What's going to happen with all the property in Canada? Unsettled claims, self-determination. What about us? The provincial governments, Scott Moe, Danielle Smith, fuck you, they say. Fuck you. It's war. It's war. Now Justin Trudeau's Bill C-21 can now target all Treaty Indians with those firearms, which the call was early this morning after the Ascension, after they had all gone to the Lieutenant Governor, Salma Lakhani, a UK East Indian citizen through the Commonwealth, sworn to Justin Trudeau, sworn to marry Simon, folks. The Alberta Sovereignty Act is not for any Albertans. It's definitely not for any First Peoples in Alberta. Neither is Saskatchewan First. It is the autocratic power of sovereignty to the politicians in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Not you, the low-life, defined degenerate subjects and savages. I promise you all, I'm the master of separatism. I went through it through a T. I gave the legal path, and never in any narrative ever would I ever bring forward any path to an autocracy of government. And that's exactly what you got. Folks, Salma Lakhani, sworn to marry Simon, who's sworn to Justin Trudeau, who holds command of all lieutenant governors in Canada, allowed Lieutenant Governor Salma Lakhani, had her ascend the act. There's nothing conservative about it. It's autocratic crown power. This isn't left or right. This is the up and down scale. The ability to take away legislative power in any kind of real democracy. Now, forevermore, Alberta and soon to be Saskatchewan will absolutely have full autocratic with no democratic processes, none whatsoever, meaning your elected MLAs don't get a vote. Only the appointed cabinet to these provincial privy councils will have a say on your property rights, your water rights, your health care, your education, your civil rights, your enshrined human rights. Show me in the world, any nation in the world that gives the narrative of human rights or enshrined rights to any region without strict conditions of the executive power. Well, folks, there's only two places today on this earth: Daniel Smith's Alberta and soon to be Scott Moe's Saskatchewan. Treaty Indians are going to go to war. Who's going to bring in the police and military? Well, it isn't Scott Moe and Daniel Smith. That requires Lieutenant Governor through Governor General Canada. That means opposition leader Pierre Poilievre and one elite power Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Liberal. You still think Daniel Smith isn't a liberal, closet liberal, conservative, NDP, Bloc, Green? Doesn't matter. They are full-blown sworn Crown autocrats. The only province so far on the legal path to fixing Canada or going to independence is now Quebec, in a Part 1 removal of the oath to His Majesty King Charles III, which is also the oath to the Prime Minister of Canada, Governor General to be exact in legal speak, and then to Lieutenant Governor of Quebec. The only province. The rest are not for you, the people, because you're not defined as people. You're defined as subjects. And if you're not a subject, you're an Indian savage, a Métis savage, an Inuit savage, defined in 1876 under the Indian Act of Canada. Fact, not fiction. You can go look at all the 13 amendments of all the transitions of making provinces or creating territories named. It's all the same. The Executive Power Act, aka the Crown Constitution of each and every region, aka provinces and territories. They need to be repealed. How do you go about that? You start with Part 1, repealing the Oath of Allegiance. Daniel Smith knows this. Scott Moe knows this. Rachel Notley knows this. Jagmeet Singh knows this. Pierre Poilievre knows this. And Justin Trudeau knows this. Are any of them doing it? No. No. Because none of you matter. Not a one of you. There is no path to any sovereignty or independence or to create we, the people in Canada. Only Quebec has started that road just very recently. CAQ leader Francois Legault, the only one in the entire history of Canada. It's only a Part 1. We're not out of the woods yet with Quebec, but at least, not in vain, Part 1. Now, Treaty Indians all over, as it was published early this morning. Now, you look at national news, not a word. I guess the power of the Crown, they've scrubbed it from the media, but you could have watched it early this morning, early Eastern time, early out west. But now you watch the national news, that's gone. And they're talking very, very little about the Peruvian rebellion and Justin Trudeau's support of the new imposed leader, a first-class citizen against a peasant president that they've imprisoned for 18 months. It's not our business. I'm not into left governments, right governments. All I'm saying is that it's not our business as a UN state to get involved in the internal affairs of any other UN state. Justin Trudeau did that immediately. Pierre Poilievre fully supported it. Jagmeet Singh fully supports it. They want their divine autocratic power, the illusion of democracy, the stability of the crown at the expense of all of you, the subjects, aka slaves and savages, to be assimilated or genocided. That's been always Canada forever and a day, and they're not going to stop. Things are going to get really hard for Alberta and Saskatchewan. I believe that my Thursday flight from Toronto and getting accosted at the airport, not speaking to anyone, I did have a little bit of a soapbox in the hotel Sheridan across the street, where a lot of Canadians wanted to talk to me. I know that's happened for a lot of people in my party. Few people got talking, maybe some of the second class, and I just started to get a crowd. And we were there waiting for delayed flights, and it got pretty cool. But I was kicked out of the hotel, went into the airport, waiting for my flight, talking to no one. Next thing you know, there's an issue about me flying. And there were some irate people there, on drugs probably, but I think that it's all stemming with what's going on right here in Canada. What the federal crown has teamed up with the provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan to see done. It's called crown building. It's called one size fits all. Call it conservative, call it liberal, call it NDP. Just like South Africa, when the Allies went in and did their investigation in those last 9 years and were so hard on the regime, it was through their investigation all the crown parties were corrupt. That was a fact. That was a fact. Folks, this is real. This is credible, verifiable. And the Treaty Indians of Alberta and Saskatchewan have a huge fight against them. They're an extreme minority. Could turn into a last stand. We're going to see what Danielle Smith does post the Christmas break. But it's official. It's ascended. There's nothing that can be done. Selma Lacanny, under the direction of one person, Justin Trudeau, to his Governor General Mary Simon. The Crown has spoken. They have stamped it. It's law. Fuck the First Peoples. That's liberal, conservative alike. They didn't give two shits about any of you. They have no plans to repatriate any of you. And Canadians, if you think that's a good thing, if they're going to treat them like that, what do you suppose they're going to do to you? What are they going to do to your supposed property rights? We already know they move the goalposts all the time. Things are not going to get better for anybody. They haven't been getting better. We've been going down, getting worse. They put the inflationary pressures on you, the people. The debts of all on you, the people. Why? Because you're defined as subjects and savages. That's it. That's all there is. That's what Canada is. There's only one class of real citizens in Canada. That's the first class crown. Whether elected or, as we're seeing, appointed, because now Danielle Smith is just going to appoint her new democracy. A democracy of one class of citizenry. Fuck the rest of you. This is the truth. This is reality. This video is not going down. There's not a credible world constitutional expert to dispel anything I'm telling you. You can go through the United States, you won't find a single expert anywhere in any of the 50 states to dispel what I've just told you. America right now is dealing with slave labor Canada. Oh, we've been making money, Canadians. Well, your crown's been making money in USMCA all over the world with slave child labor. The ginormous hypocrites Hypocrites. You don't hear Pierre, Poilievre, Jagmeet Singh talking about that. No. They sure do love their abuses of you, the people, all the people, the subjects and the savages. You'll never be spoken of. You'll never be incorporated in any laws. The laws are designed against you to make them stronger. That is the Alberta Sovereignty Act. That is the Saskatchewan First Act. They think you're all too dumb, too ignorant to know any better. They think good words with different definitions will bamboozle you. Hey, they can trick the allies, right? They can easily trick you, the institutionalized. Show them you're not a fool. Get it shared. Get it out there. This needs to go viral. Get it out there. Huge video. And we're going to see 2023. Agenda 2030, folks, there's so many rotten things coming down the pipeline right now today. They're going to do so much damage long before that date. You can't get to that date and those achievements without cracking a lot of heads and a lot of eggs. And that's you, the people, defined only in Canada and a few others as literally subjects and savages. Go look it up. Go look at real democracies. And they'll tell you. Sad, scary, awful. Get it shared. 1, it's the right thing to do. 2, it's credible. And 3, it's verifiable. Get it out there. This video is not going down. I know.